Hi beautiful people, this is Patty Toledo and you're watching Kakatte, the Visual K channel. Welcome back, it's great to have you here. And today I'm gonna be talking about one of the bands that were probably the biggest surprise and the biggest disappointment that I had in 2017. And it was the biggest surprise because it was a band that I discovered in the beginning of the year, and they had been active for just a few months. They were really new when I found them, and pretty much they blew me away. They were great, with great energy and great lyrics, awesome work, awesome music, presence, very handsome guys, everything that we expect from a Visual K artist. But they were the biggest disappointment for me because after a year of work, they decided to disband. And it was a big blow. I was very upset, and I still cannot accept it very well, I have to admit. And this band is GreeM. They started in November last year, and when I saw them first, it was probably their first concert in Sendai, in Japan. And you could see that they were starting. Some of the members had played in Visual K bands before, so they were professionals and they knew what they were doing. But for example, the singer Tsukishiro was quite new to this kind of job, and you could see he was nervous and a little bit uncomfortable. But you also were able to see that they had a lot of potential and their music was very powerful. And Tsukishiro was always so kind and loving, and all of them were putting so much heart and soul into the band that they were aiming for success. So I started following them. And throughout their year, you could see that the music was getting better and better. Their new singles were awesome. And in the first concert I saw, there were like maybe 6 people beside me watching. And in 2 months when they had their first one man, which if you don't know what it's a one man, is when they play it alone, they had a full house. They had over 200 people, which for a small band just starting is really awesome. So I was sure that they were going to make it, and I was very happy that I would be able to follow them from the very beginning. But then in June, after a conversation between them, the guitar player Mikado decided that he wanted to abandon music and not be a musician anymore. I'm not really sure if that's actually true, or it was just what he told the other members, but it was the official answer that he gave to the audience as well. And following him, the bass player decided that he wanted to do the same thing. So without 2 of their members, the band thought that it made no sense to continue with the same name, and they announced that their last concert would be on 18th of November. I was not able to be on their last concert, but I was able to be in their before last concert, and you could see how sad they were, and how much the audience was upset. We had fans crying, and it was touching to see that in such a short time they were able to touch the audience and create such an impact. So it's also a proof that a very good Visual K band can leave a very strong impact into their fans, and it's amazing. I don't think any other style can have such an impact in such a short time. But why they disbanded? Well, officially it was because of the guitar player and the bass player. I would like to go a little bit more in that and give my point of view on why I think they disbanded. I think there is more to it than that. The reality of Visual K bands in Japan is that they have to work very hard. When the band starts, they usually play 4 or 5 times a week in different venues. The concerts for startup bands is very different. You have these concerts where you have 6, 7 bands playing together. They play half an hour each. They of course don't get paid, or if they get paid, it's very, very little. And it's everything about promotion, and it's everything about getting the audience. Because the audience, when you go to one of these concerts, the first thing that they ask you is, which band did you come to see? And they get paid based on how many people tell them that they came for that band. And you can imagine that an unknown band, nobody comes to see them. And when the band becomes more known, then of course they start having more followers. This takes a toll on people. They have to work for a very long time for free. And although it is the same in every career, it is a very tiring job. And you have to be an entertainer, you have to be laughing and in good mood and perfect all the time, and that can be really rough. Besides that, visual kei artists are supposed to not have a private life. Well, of course they do have private lives, they are normal people, but in front of their audience, they can never be married, they can never have kids, they can never have girlfriends. They are supposed to be available. They are supposed to be this ideal man that the girls look up from and dream about. And we know that there is much more behind the scenes than that, and that of course they do have family and friends and girlfriends, and sometimes they do date fans, and every now and then we get news of things that happen backstage which are not the pretty part of it, and when we get to see a glimpse of it, we get really scared. But to be very sincere, there is much more to it than what we usually see in the news. And also that takes a toll on the artist. And if you don't have a very strong skin, very strong backbone, very thick skin, a lot of emotional balance and support, it can be very hard for you to continue in the long run. And imagine that you have bands that have been playing for 15, 20, 25 years and they still have the same reality. We still don't know their private life, and it's supposed to be a secret all the time, so that can be very hard. So we cannot do much to change it, but I think the best that we can do is understand how it works and give our support to the bands as much as possible so they can carry on and they can be successful, and maybe their reality can change a little bit. It usually changes when they get bigger, then they don't have to play that often, then people don't care about their private life as much as anymore. Especially in visual kei is really cool because the fans are very respectful and very kind. So let's continue giving our support to the bands and make sure that they can not disband but continue their career and be successful with our love. Okay? Sorry, I put my heart in this video this time. But there is a reason also why we're talking about GreeM. Remember that I told you that we were going to have giveaways, and yes, so every month I'm gonna be giving you gifts, and this month I have a very special gift. I'm gonna be giving you GreeM's single, brand new, bought in Japan, given by the band. They are the best people ever, and checkies. I don't have from all the members because usually it gets a surprise, but I have some very cool checkies. There are more than that to come. I'm just showing you some. How can you get the prizes? It's gonna be the same every month. For you to get the prizes, you have to go in these steps. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow and share as much as possible on social media. Follow our links on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. The more social media you follow and share, the biggest chance you have to win. And believe me, you will want to be part of these giveaways because this is just the beginning. I'm gonna be giving away DVDs and t-shirts and a lot of exclusive goodies that you don't get here in Western countries. You get only if you are in Japan. Signed stuff. So this is just the beginning. Okay? And hey, taking advantage that we are just starting and we don't have that many people yet, you can be one of the people winning. So remember, subscribe, follow, and share as much as possible. If you want to listen about one of your favorite bands, I promise I'm not gonna blab this much about backstage from all of the bands. But if you want to know more about some band, comment and I will do my best to actually find out as much as possible about the band and even bring the musician to talk about it himself. Okay? And before I go, and I know I have been talking a lot, I would like to thank all the Facebook groups on Visual Kei that have been helping promote and giving support. You can find their links in the description. They have been awesome. Also the musicians that have been sending loving messages and giving support to me. Thank you. I love you very much. It means the world to me that you say that this is right. And hey, this is all for Visual Kei. The whole idea is to give space for the bands to talk and space for the fans to listen to the music. That's why we have the radio station that you can also find in the description. And let's make Visual Kei the biggest, strongest fandom in the world. It's already the best fandom in the world as is, but we can make it even more organized, even stronger, and we can create a place where the musicians will want to come all the time. I think everybody in the world deserves to see their favorite band. So let's make it happen, shall we? As I say, I see you in the next video, and I love you. Bye bye.